I'm very proud of that. Cheryl and I have been raising our family in Montgomery County for 20 years. I'm very proud of that. I built businesses, I'm very proud of that. What I'm really proud of, what has been the professional highlight that I could never have imagined, was working side by side with Scott Wagner for the last 6 months. I have to tell you, and I've worked for Bob Toll, I've worked for other people who've been tremendously successful. In my life, I have never met someone who works harder, who's more determined, who's more passionate, and who is committed to making sure that we have opportunity for every Pennsylvanian. Scott Wagner is tireless in his pursuit of opportunity for all Pennsylvanians. Today, and this is a typical day for him, he was in Beaver County, which is about as far west as you can go in Pennsylvania before you hit the Ohio border. And he's back in Bucks County, which is almost as far east as you can go in Pennsylvania before you hit the New Jersey border. And this is a typical day for him. Please give Scott a warm southeastern PA, a warm Bucks County welcome. The next governor of Pennsylvania, Scott Wagner.
It's great to be here. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Pat. It's just great to be here. And Rob, thank you also. I'm a little flustered. I'll be okay in a minute. We are an hour late. We get so much traffic, it's unbelievable. And Jeff is right. I was actually in Washington County. I met with 40 farmers, and then I went up to the cracker plant up in Beaver County. And then we flew back. But I also spent 3 hours in my office pounding fundraising calls. I have this relentless finance manager who has become my worst nightmare. You gotta make calls, you gotta make calls. So I made a lot of calls, but listen, it's great to be here. Listen, I'm seeing something over my period out on the road, and I announced my candidacy January of last year. And I've been out on the road really almost for 4 years after I won my write-in campaign, and then with the Senate Republican campaign races in 15, 16, and then last year. And then Jeff came on board. And Jeff and I are like everywhere. But let me tell you what I'm seeing. As I cross Pennsylvania and I talk to farmers, and I talk to construction workers, and I talk to coal miners, and I talk to nurses, and I talk to school teachers, and I talk to people all over the state. There's a lot happening right now. And let me just tell you what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, and this is where I am. You know, I'm not at the country clubs talking to people. While it's nice to be here and this is a great crowd, you know, we're on the road, we're talking to people on the ground. But I don't know if anybody in the room knows Dave Ball. Dave is the vice chairman of the Washington County Republican Party. And I had the opportunity to meet Dave 3 years ago. I was at a dinner in Washington County, sitting next to Dave and his wife. His wife's sitting next to me. And so we're just talking. I said, where do you live? And they told me, and I said, what do you do? Well, Dave and I are retired. And I said, well, what did Dave do in his career? Well, he worked out at the steel mill. Okay. So I said, well, what did Dave do at the steel mill? Well, he did a lot of things. I know he was in India for 11 years and, you know, did other things. And well, it turns out Dave was like the number 4 or 5 guy at U.S. Steel. So he was in India for, 11 years. And he's a very smart guy, and I've become good friends. But this past Sunday, he wrote an editorial in the Observer Reporter in Washington County. And I'm going to just read a paragraph, and this tells you what's going on. Americans have a fascination with meeting important people. They like to meet the people who make this country run, so let's go on a brief tour and meet some of them. No need to get dressed up. Jeans and work shoes will be fine, and plan on getting up early because the people who make America run get up early. On our tour, we're going to stop at a gas station off Route 19 in North Strabane, and one off 837 in Monongahela, and one off Route 40 in Ridgeville. We'll stop at a country diner off Route 88 in Finleyville, one on Main Street in Charleroi, a couple on Main Street and Jefferson Avenue in Washington. We will visit these places between 6:30 and 8 a.m. in the morning, because that's when we meet the people who fix our roads, work in the coal mines, work on the gas rigs, repair our household appliances. We can meet our police officers, truck drivers, store owners, factory owners, and other hardworking folks. These are America's truly important people. As we visit with them, listen to their conversations, it's about their jobs. It's about their paychecks, their health care, their job security, their future, and their kids' future. What we don't hear is discussion about international politics, social issues, FBI memos, and gutter politics. They don't care about some college snowflake being offended, and they really don't care what Hollywood airheads think about the president. They are turned off when bombarded by negative ads. These are the people who make this country run. They work hard. And I will tell you, this is what I'm seeing all over Pennsylvania. I employ almost 600 people in 3 companies. My employees are seeing between 2.5% and 4% more in their paychecks. There was an article last week in the Wall Street Journal. The average American household is going to see $2,900 more in their paycheck this year, average. Think about that. So if you do some quick math in Pennsylvania, we have about 13 million people in Pennsylvania, about 3.2 million households. Take 3.2 million households times $2,900. It's almost $9 billion. Okay, and I have some people, and I can tell you down in this area, probably with higher incomes, you're probably seeing maybe closer to $4,000 to $5,000. $9 to $10 billion being dumped back in this economy. And we have a skilled labor crisis, which is our biggest challenge. But I'm telling you, there's something going on out there. So I will tell you that I believe that we're going to be pleasantly surprised when we have our November election, because there's so much going on in Pennsylvania. But I'm just, honored what I see. And, I sat with 40 farmers today, and, I wore my jeans, and, we just, we talked about what's going on the ground. And I'm telling you, this is, and I grew up on a farm, so for me it's, this is sort of what I do, and talk to the people on the ground. But there's something going on. So don't underestimate what's going on out there in Pennsylvania. It's a movement and it's underground. Just like the pollsters completely guessed wrong on President Trump winning. I could have told you President Trump was going to win, because all you had to do was talk to the 400 people that worked at the Penn Waste. And I'm telling you, and I went out and bought 15,000 Trump signs personally. And they were gone in 10 days, so I saw the energy. So Pat, I know that, down here you work hard in this county, and I'm so humble and honored for what you do for us, what you do for our party. But I'm telling you something, there's something going on. And it's an underground movement, so don't underestimate what's going to happen in November. And I think we're going to hold our seats down here. We're going to re-elect our state senators. We're going to re-elect some of our House members. We're going to hold Republican seats. There's going to be more of a Republican wave than I think that we really realize what's happening. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to get back to the bar. I'm having a drink. All my nerves, and I'm on it. And I'm going.